Okay, so that might have been a bit dramatic. Redemption day has come. It is finally here. Today I am going to try and redo my Zwift FTP ramp test Lite and redeem myself from the embarrassing attempt I made before Christmas. No, I can't do this. Go on. I can't. Especially now I know how the actual mechanics of the FTP test work, how Zwift talks to the smart trainer and all that yada 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 jazz. I've had some practice, I know what to expect, and I certainly need to keep my RPM in that sweet spot of 90, 95 and not blow my legs out at 125 RPM and just fall apart. At the end of that last video, my FTP score came out at 124 watts, which I just didn't accept. And I was right to not accept that because shortly after, during the Tour of Watopia, I set 2 new FTPs. It went from 124 to 136 and then from 136 to 142. And that is the last recorded FTP that I have in November. Granted, I haven't done a lot of Zwifting since then. I've been focusing on running, of course, and then I had some time off over Christmas due to illness. So I'm not actually super fresh on Zwift, but I do feel like I've got more in me. So I'm not gonna waffle on anymore. I'm just gonna get stuck into this now. Right, while I set up and get my shoes on and sort out Zwift and everything, let's just cut to a really cool little update I have for you guys. If you have been following my marathon journey so far, then you will have known that I've been trying out plenty of different fuel types to get me through training, which is why I'm absolutely over the moon to announce that I have partnered up with Cliff, who will be supporting me and fueling me this year as I go on to run the London and the Berlin marathons. Now, this is an absolute dream come true. I've consumed so many Cliff products during my mountain bike life that it's absolutely amazing to be supported by them as I go on with my running endeavors. Okay, so minute into the 8-minute free ride, limbering up, loosening up the legs, getting the heart rate going, etc. I'm getting flashbacks already of the last time I did this. Looking forward to it though. I think ultimately, like, my goal is just to do this test actually like properly this time and not to completely balls it up like last time where I just spam my legs out of control. So if I can just kind of do this properly, I'll be very happy. But ultimately it would be really nice to beat my current FTP score of 142 watts. If I can do that, I'll be landed. If not, okay. Just gives me something to work on, doesn't it? But let's hope for the best. I feel like I'm a lot like that with my marathon training as well at the moment, in that I kind of like have goals, but like a tiered goal system, so that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, and then if I don't achieve that goal, it's like, you know, devastating. Trying to like tier it, so it's like ultimate goal for the London Marathon, getting from A to B, getting over that finish line. That's the main super goal. And then it would be cool to do it in like a time. And I know when I first started this series months ago, I wanted that time to be 4.5 hours. And with the setbacks that I've had, a couple of weeks off in October for my knee, and then some time off over Christmas, injuries, like sickness, things like that, I'm very well aware I don't think I'm on pace for a 4.5 hour time anymore. But that was the original time. And now that I'm in the final, I think like 12 weeks, which is terrifying, I'm gonna start really looking at where my realistic finish time could be. And just kind of like have that in mind. But ultimately, I just want to get over that finish line and comfortably. That would be nice. I don't want to completely destroy myself. So finishing comfortably is the super goal. Bonus goal would be 4.5, 5 hours. And I'd be happy with that. Because then after 5 months after London, I then have Berlin Marathon. So I can take away any learnings, strengths, weaknesses, and work on them over the summer to try and just get better and be better and do better as a runner. Okay, so we got like 4 minutes left of the kind of free ride. So I'm gonna have to start picking up my cadence so that when this test kicks in, I'm not gonna be like having to suddenly churn out the pedals to get up to the right RPM. I wanna kind of be there and ready when it starts. God, I actually feel nervous. I hate tests. I absolutely hate tests. This is why I never did like racing when I was a mountain biker. This is why racing was never my thing. Because I kind of just like put a lot of pressure on myself. I get really stressed out. I get a proper nervous belly. And like, I'd much rather race a clock than other people. And like, even though I rode mountain bikes for like 10 years, all over the place with loads of amazing people and lots of different disciplines. And yeah, I've done like some mates races and like good friendly kind of enduros and cross country and cyclocross and all that sort of stuff. I never really got interested in being competitive. And to be fair, I wasn't even that good, I don't think. I just enjoyed riding bikes. And then took 2 years off, had a baby, and now it feels like I've never ridden a bike before. So it's a humbling experience, for sure. When it comes to taking time off, fitness, injury, sickness, whatever it is, and then returning to something after, and you're like, wow, can't believe how fast I lost that fitness and that muscle memory as well. Just goes. But I do like new challenges, and Zwift is a new challenge, running is a new challenge, so. Right, 2 minutes left now. So I'll try and keep talking and kind of doing some commentary as I go on, but there'll come a point where the fan's gonna have to kick in and switch to future Jessica's narration, voiceover, commentary, whatever. So I decided to focus this week's video on just this FTP test because it is a redemption video, so redemption test. And you guys had so much cool feedback and insight and comments on the last video. I really wanted to do this one for you, and mostly for myself, to be fair. And also because last week's training for the marathon wasn't hugely different from the previous weeks. And if I had done a kind of like daily update like I did before, then it probably would have been a little bit boring. I certainly didn't end my week on a 10K PB, let's just say that. But I do like making different kind of content as well. So kind of these single efforts versus little snapshots of other efforts put together. So it's nice to have that variety for me anyway. And I appreciate there are people watching who only really want to see Zwift content, and there are people that actually follow my marathon training journey. So it's trying to like, I guess, appease everyone maybe. you're wondering why I'm doing the ramp test Lite and not the other ramp test, the standard or the grade, I wanted to kind of keep things comparable with the last video and do the exact same thing. Even though FTP is FTP, it probably would have changed too much. And I did think about doing the grade because it's definitely something I want to attempt, but pretty sure it'd probably take me hours. So it would be hella boring. And I'll have to just work up to that one. I did actually do the route which featured the grade as a workout, so it disabled like the actual, I guess, like gradient for a workout, and I was crawling, absolutely crawling up that grade, and I was thinking, nah, this is gross. And I'd probably be crawling if it wasn't a workout either. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but I also really want to do it. I think it would be one of those type 2 situations where it absolutely sucks to do it, and afterwards you're like, oh yes, that wasn't too bad. Much like running. When I hit this next 110 watt, I think the fan's gonna have to go on. Yeah, let's get that fan on. Ooh. Yes, yes, queen. Let's go. That's the other difference as well between this one and the last FTP test, is that my old fan was just like a little, well, it's not a little, it's a Dyson fan, but not meant for this kind of exercise, like a house fan. So it just wasn't really doing anything. It was like being breathed on. And this one, this new cardio, whatever it's called, is like, oh, it's good. It feels really, really good. It means I don't have to open the back doors. So. Starting to spin a bit too fast again. There we go. Bring it back down. It's better. It's so easy to get carried away sometimes. Like, you just absent-mindedly start spinning faster. or slower. You seem to get so many more ride-ons when people see that you're doing an FTP test. Like, that's such a nice little like community. It's like they see that you're like, you're gonna be hurting, and they're like, yeah, you got this, you can do it. It's like, oh, thanks, dude. Right, you just got into the 130 watt range. Starting to get warm. Starting to feel it more in the hips than anywhere else. Last time I did this test, I think I tapped out at 160 or 170 watts, but I was spinning at like 120 RPM or 110, around that. So if I can surpass 170 today, I'll be like really, really stoked. Definitely in there now. 170s. Probably won't come back down for a while. Okay, so this is I got up to last time. I think I tapped out pretty much now. And I'm feeling it. Just in the like very tops of my legs and my hips. I'm feeling this now. Oh yeah. burning. It's burning. Can't get this cadence. No, I don't think I've got this. No. Oh, my legs. No. Oh. Oh. No, your legs can do that. Yeah. I can feel the heartbeat in my ears. 138 on that one, which is good. I'm happy with that because it's slightly less than my last FTP of 142. But I'm not surprised because it has been a good 2 months really of not doing not doing a lot of efforts on Zwift, and I had 3 weeks off over Christmas, so I'm not bummed it's gone down by like 4 watts at all. I'm happy that I did it correctly, and I mean keeping my RPM in a reasonable zone, and I'm happy that I did better than my first FTP, which was 124 watts, and yeah, it was good. It was good to do it and actually have that, I guess, closure on doing it correctly and getting a new FTP, so I know where I am now. And yeah, I guess my job really is to build on that and keep doing better to improve it. Yeah, actually, I'm really happy with that. I'm fine. I'm totally cool. It would have been nice to have beaten 142, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me. I'm just happy I've done it. I'm happy I've done it, and I'm happy I've done it kind of better. And so yeah, there we are. So 138, my current FTP based on that test. And now I'm gonna go chill out for the rest of the night and hope it doesn't hurt too much tomorrow, because I do actually have a training run tomorrow morning. So let's just have a lot of protein and fingers crossed.